Tell me, Guneet, what does it take to break into this industry as an outsider, no connections? Because there's a lot of stuff. I mean, you're seeing in the press about nepotism and now nepo babies. तो एक term भी हो गया. For a complete rank outsider, and especially in the 2000s and stuff, what does it take now? Is it easier now as somebody who doesn't have familial connections?
You know, definitely from my point of view, the film industry is very beautiful. It's very democratic, it's beautiful. I understand where all these allegations are coming from, but I seriously want to tell you that you have to work very hard to be anything in that industry. You know, so it's a very competitive industry. So there is no shortcut to mehnat.
Yeah.
ये सब तो रहमत है, you know, but मेहनत का कोई shortcut नहीं है. तो अगर आपको एक चांस मिल भी जाता है, अगर आप वो अच्छे से नहीं करते तो शायद आपको दूसरा नहीं मिलेगा. That is for people in front of the camera. Behind the camera, I have a little story to tell you. 2010 में 2004 में जब मैं कॉलेज से निकली थी, my dad thought कि अब ना जब भी I turned 18 or something, not in those, yeah. When I turned 18, my dad was like, इसको ना इंश्योरेंस एजेंट बना देते हैं, जैसे
इंश्योरेंस एजेंट,
हाँ, जैसे ना इसकी एक ईयरली थोड़ा कुछ पैसा आता रहे, जैसे जैसे कोई उनका ग्रैंड स्कीम ऑफ प्लान था कि वो अपने दोस्तों की इंश्योरेंस करवा देंगे और मुझे उनका एजेंट बना देंगे. तो मैं रितु नंदा स्कूल में पढ़ाई करने गई, मैं इंश्योरेंस एजेंट बन गई, मैं टाटा एआईजी की लाइसेंस मिल गया मुझे. एंड बट मैं ये कहानी आपको इसलिए सुना रही हूँ क्योंकि वहाँ पर मैंने एक चीज़ एक चीज़ सीखी कि 10 लोग आपको मना करेंगे और फिर एक इंसान हाँ बोलेगा. सो that is something that I learned for my entire life. And I actually celebrate the no's. I actually celebrate rejection. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि जल्दी जल्दी no बोल दो, जल्दी जल्दी 10 लोग हो जाएंगे. So my yes is coming. So I don't get demoralized by a rejection or a failure or a no. I have manifested a husband and an Oscar like that. But so I get very excited on no because my yes is coming, you know. And I have to. Actually, मैं जब लोगों से मिलती हूँ, even for fundraising my films, I'm just like मना कर रहे हैं ना, फटाफट कर दो. You know, like सोचो मत ज़्यादा, समय मत बर्बाद करो, जल्दी जल्दी. So you can keep moving. So I can try and open new doors and knock on new doors, and that's what has led me. I love stories. I'm deeply passionate about storytelling. It's an intuitive. It feels like it's calling of my life to tell stories. Stories form generations. Stories are the biggest tool. You know. I feel sacred about the time जो लोग देते हैं मुझे मेरी पिक्चर देखने के लिए. वो जो अगर 1.5 घंटा 2 घंटा या 40 मिनट, मैं जिंदगी में कभी उसको ग्रांटेड नहीं लेती. तो वो मेरे लिए बहुत स्पेशल है क्योंकि मैं कहानी बोल रही हूँ और इतने सारे इतने अमेजिंग इंटेलिजेंट लोग सुन रहे हैं. वन वे कॉन्वर्सेशन. सो इसलिए वो बहुत मेरे लिए महत्वपूर्ण समय है. सो आई डोंट टेक इट फॉर ग्रांटेड. आई डोंट टेक एनी ऑफ दिस फॉर ग्रांटेड. एंड I work very hard and I show up. The only way of moving forward is showing up, and one day it adds up.
Showing up is half the job done, they say.
Absolutely.
ये बताइए, you know, there's this again huge debate. It's been going on for a number of years now about the Oscar, whether the Indian cinema needs the Oscar for its recognition. We are the biggest industry in the world. We release 1,000 movies a year. So now that you're an Oscar winner, you're in a vantage position to answer this question. How does this change life? How does this change you? How does this change your cinema? Or you're still the same Guneet Monga? ये मतलब Oscar just add showcase में add करने के लिए हो गया.
हाँ, absolutely. और कोई तरीका नहीं है. मतलब again, like I said, ये सब मतलब एक blessing है जो bestow हो जाती है. बहुत खूबसूरत picture है ये, and it's amazing for it to be India's first production to win. But next morning, again, looking for the next story and another filmmaker and hoping to do it all over again.
Wow.
And India के लिए जो
आपके लिए ये sinking in feeling वो सब नहीं है, मतलब हो गया. I won the Oscar Sunday night, Monday morning I'm back at work.
I love my work. I love storytelling. It's a passion. तो जिस दिन आपका passion आपका काम बन जाता है ना, आपको वो काम ही नहीं लगता. मुझे ये काम नहीं लगता. वो ये पूरी की पूरी मतलब एक खूबसूरत सी जगह है. मतलब मैं लोगों से मिलके कहानियाँ सुनती हूँ, फिर मैं कहती हूँ अच्छा इस कहानी में ऐसे कर लो. मतलब यू आर लाइक प्लेइंग God.
Yeah.
इस character के साथ ऐसे कर लो, ऐसे क्यों नहीं कर सकते? And you're talking to extremely intelligent people who have written that, so
Yeah.
it's stimulating, it's all encompassing, it's beautiful. And it's a blessing to work for your own self, for my own company.
So I want to talk a little bit about, commercial cinema. People are saying because of COVID, people were not going to the theaters. It's been through a bit of a crisis. OTTs have now taken over, so on and so forth. You think, when we were growing up, 80s, 90s, these big screen movies, Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, you think that big budget Bollywood, stuff is over? We are now looking at more OTT stuff and more thinking man's or thinking woman's cinema?
We are definitely in a new era. That
Okay.
era cannot be negotiated or neglected, I feel. Post-COVID, we are definitely in a new era. I think big films are even bigger. They need to be even bigger for us because they need to be an event for people to go out. And I think the new world order is to do a breakout on the digital platforms that the whole world watches. The power of that is also very, very big. I mean, Elephant Whisperers at Netflix is 190 countries, 231 million viewers, and 16 years of filmmaking. I have never seen this kind of fan art that comes to me from around the world.
Wow.
So, globally, from 2-year-old children to 90 plus, people have sent us voice notes, emails, the love for the film from around the world, from Ecuador, from Spain, from everywhere you can, from US, from Canada, from whole of Europe, from New Zealand, from parts of Australia. And it's overwhelming, it's beautiful. So I feel like this is the time for our stories to travel. And we should make the best out of it. This is the time where we celebrate Brown and we double down on each other.
So tell me this, when you say that here's an opportunity for us to, release our cinema on such huge platforms, 100x million that you said are watching it or at least have access to watch it, and the story of Baman and Belly is, it's a very localized, it's in the Mudumalai camp, they are, elephant caregivers. Have you wondered, what is somebody sitting in Ecuador or Spain, how are they able to relate to this story?
It's a story of love. It's the beautiful, abundant love of Baman and Belly and their baby elephants. And that love transcends boundaries, that transcends languages, color, species, races. And that is what unites the whole world. And this is yet again a victory of love.